Hi everyone, I'm Jenby Suazo, and today I will be discussing about the competencies and learning outcomes. Competencies and learning outcomes are two related educational terms that can create confusion. Competencies and outcomes can be written to describe the learning gained by students in individual courses or for the program as a whole. They do not mean the same thing. So, what do you mean about the competency? Competency is a general statement that describes the desired knowledge, skills, and behaviors of students graduating from a program or completing a course. So, competencies commonly define the applied skills and knowledge that enable people to successfully perform in professional educational. However, outcome is a very specific statement that describes exactly what a student will be able to do in some measurable way. There may be more than one measurable outcome defined for a given competencies. Now let's proceed to learning outcomes. So learning outcomes are a descriptions of the specific knowledge, skills, or expertise that the learner will get from a learning activity, such as training session, seminar, course, or program. Furthermore, a true learning outcome is written so that it can be measured or assessed. It focuses on what the students is able to do of the program or course. Thus, learning outcomes are the basis for an assessment program that focuses on what a student can or should be able to either upon completion or upon graduation program. Now let's proceed to the five types of learning outcome. First one is the intellectual skills. With this type of learning outcome, the learner will understand the concepts, rules, or procedures. Second one is cognitive strategy. It take the discussions further by talking about the lesson's key concepts and its corresponding definitions. So the third one is verbal information. This type of learning outcome is when the learner is able to definitely state what they have learned from an organized body of language. And the fourth one is motor skills. This category is concerned with the physical ability to perform actions, achieving fluidity, smoothness, or proper timing through practice. Now let's proceed to the next. And the fifth one is attitude. It is the internal state that reflects in the learner's behavior. It is complex to quantify but can be shown in the learner's response to people or situation. All right, so let's proceed to the next. On the other hand, competencies is the definition be provided for the specific context in which it's being used and to ensure clarity of meaning, right competencies using the vocabulary of learner or learning outcomes, express the required competencies in terms of students achieving specific program learning outcomes or module learning outcomes. Now, let's move on to the example of competencies. Example number one is Holy Cross College. At Holy Cross, they have identified five core competencies for their students. One of these competencies is the critical and creative thinking. Next example is the Washington University. At Washington University, St. Louis, they have defined competencies and learning outcomes for their students' leadership initiative. Proceed to the last part of this report, which is the conclusion. Put always in your mind that the term learning outcome is used for